Yeah, 2 years sounds good.
Okay, so over the past 2 years, you guys have been sucked into Barovia, actually, and have been trapped here within the weeping walls of Barovia. You've had travels here and there, but today, your guys' goal is coming to a head. Today, your goal is simple: to get into Castle Ravenloft and destroy the Lord of Barovia. I wish you good luck. It will not be an easy journey, and I will pull no punches. You will probably die, but I hope you don't. If you want me to give me just 2 more seconds to get through my cards, I got to pick out a couple cards, and then we will be ready to introduce our characters.
Alrighty then.
Hey James,
Do you still need more time?
just a quick thing.
What's up? What?
Do I have legendary actions?
Sure do. You are a warlord, Jake. You are badass. Trev is a master thief, basically. And so you guys are like level 10. So you guys should have a decent chance.
Yeah, we'll get off the lay it out the best one we can. I'm assuming we're from Bay Road, James.
You can be from wherever you want. Yep, sure. Whatever you want to do background wise. And honestly, your guys' backstory doesn't really matter in this. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's just like a little one shot that I'm doing. Yep.
Are we gonna do an introduction in a minute, James?
Yes.
Deep pain. Oh. Phone. Stop being a dingus.
You don't need to erase that. That's it. I think we're ready, James.
Okay, just grabbing cards.
Josh, when we
Yep.
start in a minute, we'll have you and Trev introduce yourselves to the group, and I'll go after. Whichever one of
Alright.
you wants to go first is fine.
Okay.
Let's try and have a good session today, boys, to honor the fact that AJ couldn't be here tonight, and let's just hope the best for his family and everyone down there, and that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay. So I came to each of you individually today, and a little surprise appeared in each one of your pockets. It is a secret that each of you cared, and do keep it to yourself. And when the time reveals itself, I will tell you to reveal your card, and you will know who is who. Right?
Alrighty.
There are certain things that can happen in this game that kind of depict based off of the card that you guys picked, and that was totally at random, just in case you guys were curious. So I thought it was kind of crazy that Josh, since you're playing a a cleric, that you actually got the what you got. I almost said it. I almost slipped just there. So I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And also, Jake, your card was pretty nuts. And honestly, Trev, your card, all of your guys' cards are actually really cool. So yeah, we'll it definitely makes the adventure more exciting. But I am ready to dive into the mist if you guys are as well.
Very well.
Same. Alrighty.
You all find yourself in the deep, dark forest, the Svalak woods. These last few days have been dark, dreary, and you guys have spent time collecting items to defeat the Lord of Barovia, which I am switching things up a little bit on us, and you guys are in for a pleasant surprise, I think. So, we are going to. I'm kind of jump things ahead here a little bit. You guys were all in like different positions, different spots, and you guys were told to meet up together, essentially, into the carriage, and you guys kind of went off and did your own thing, and that's when you guys each got your own card in your pocket, and you guys are now going to be picked up in the black carriage and taken to the castle. You guys are all invited to dinner.
Interesting.
So, Josh,
Mm-hmm.
what do we find you doing on the side of the road when we're waiting for the carriage?
When as I'm like waiting for the carriage to arrive and whatnot, I'm just kind of like sitting by a tree, kind of um thinking to myself, thinking about all of the past hurts that have been brought upon me and whatnot, and wanting to get revenge.
Dark thoughts color your mind as you look off down the path, and everywhere you stand in Barovia, Castle Ravenloft towers high overhead and can be seen from anywhere within the castle. What does your character look like?
Kind of looks like a tall blonde human male, about 21 years old, has a little bit of facial hair, and kind of muscular too. With kind of bluish eyes.
As you're standing there, you slowly hear the sound of a carriage approaching. It comes to a stop before you, and an old, hunched over looking man is at the reins of the carriage. It doesn't move. The carriage slowly comes to a stop. There's two horses, two black horses. The air has grown cold over the last 5 minutes, and you can now see your breath. The horses whinny and stamp, and puffs of smoke emanate from their nostrils as they kind of shake their head and await. What do you do?
I notice this and I kind of am thinking I should probably get into the carriage because it's cold as frick out here, so I make to enter the carriage.
Okay, there is a door on the side of the carriage, and it swings open as you approach. It's dark in there, but not too dark. There's, as you kind of look in, instinctively, there's a candle, single candle, sitting on a table on the inside. Do you enter?
Yep.
The cradle rocks underfoot under your weight, and inside you see red velvet chairs surrounding a small circular table. There's nobody inside yet. You're seemingly to be the first one. Do you take a seat?
Yeah, I'll take a seat. I mean, it would be very rude of me not to take a seat.
I agree. And guys, I'm just going to use the tokens from,
Hmm.
yeah, it's just easier. I'm just going to use the tokens from our last thing just because it's just easier for me, okay?
Fair enough.
So this is actually not here. So as you take a seat, the carriage, you hear a as the carriage rocks forward as you begin to move along. From an outside view, we actually see a dark figure standing off to the side. Lightning streaks across the sky and lights his dark form, but we see nothing more from then on.
Hmm.
Far away, further down the road, we find Trev's character. Trev, what do we find you doing on the side of the road?
You see me sitting under a tree.
Okay, very similar to Josh's character. You guys are all just kind of waiting. You, like I said, you all went off and did your own thing, and it is now time to get to the castle. So similar to Josh, Trev, the carriage slowly approaches. You can hear it coming from a mile away. It's kind of weird, actually. The forest echoes all around you, and it was actually starting to give you a bit of the creeps. As you're standing there waiting for the carriage, it's coming down a big hill far before you. What do you look like?
I have this silver hair, light blue eyes, and yeah, it's what I look like. I'm human. And I am 15, and I have been traveling with you guys for 2 years.
You knew this carriage was approaching. You guys all had a plan to convene together, and today's the day. As the carriage slowly comes to a halt, you get the weird feeling that you're being watched by something behind you, deep in the forest. But as you turn to look, you don't see anything. The moon high overhead is full. It's clouds slowly stretching across the sky. Mist claws at the bottom of your feet. Do you enter the carriage?
Yes.
Okay. So, Josh, your character is kind of sitting, and the carriage stops, and you kind of get a little bit of antsy because you don't know who really is up next. And all of a sudden, the doors open, and in walks Trev's character.
Zane walks in. Zane, Ice Knife, walks into the carriage.
Young Master Zane. It is good to see you here.
As you approach the carriage, and this is the first time you guys have been in the Lord of Barovia's carriage. It's really nice. It's almost like a small apartment. There's actually a bed right before you, right in front, right behind where the driver sits, is a small window, and below the window is a bed. It's kind of wrinkled just because, probably from the carriage rocking back and forth throughout the forest and along the rocks and etc. But as you walk inside, it's rather warm, and the only thing that really is lit inside, Zane, is a small candle that is sitting upon a small circular desk. You see Josh's character, which I will do introductions as soon as you guys all get together. You know what I'm saying? Um, Kind of just
All
sitting
right.
there, and yeah. Do you take a seat?
Yeah, I go and sit on the other side of Josh's character.
A few minutes pass, and again the carriage stops, slowly opens the door. But who steps in? It kind of surprises you guys because it's not Jake's character. It's actually a man, a rather beautiful looking man. I'm not even gonna lie. He walks in. He kind of nods to both of you guys and flips his hair over his ear, and he kind of smiles at you. And he kind of sits down over in a corner, and it's kind of awkward, honestly, but he doesn't say anything. He does lift his hand, to kind of say hello, but you can kind of get the guess that he's kind of scared, and he sits away from you guys.
Hmm. Well, that was odd. Like my character kind of like just thinks to himself.
Jake, I'm gonna use Halfdan's token for you. Is that okay? I'm gonna use Halfdan's token for you. Is that okay? Okay. Again, the carriage rocks forward and begins to move. This time, 30, 45 seconds later, it begins to slow. And then it hops over. You can feel a big bump, and then it continues on. Jake, you've been training. You know that this is going to be the fight of your life. What do we find your character doing as he's waiting for the carriage?
Further down the road, my character is doing a little sword handling, tossing his blades around, trying to practice a little bit of sword play, chopping at the tree, working on form and skillful blade mastery. As I just wait and listen for any attempt at an attack or some kind of event to happen, waiting to see if I could come up with any of my comrades to come with the travel as I wait and stay on guard, quietly musing for the imminent confrontation at hand.
How do you feel in this moment, knowing that you've seen what the Lord of Barovia has done in your past, and you know that your goal tonight is to go and kill him, kill kill the Lord of Barovia? How do you feel in this moment?
Regardless what happens, the only true outcome I know is win or lose, death is inevitable for either I or for him. And that is I've resigned myself to that fate.
And it's understandable. You've killed many people in your life. War has hardened you down to the core, and your skills with the blade are unmatched. You three, as adventurers, are experienced for sure. You guys originally started with 6, and over the last months, couple years, Your party has begun to dwindle and dwindle until now there's only 3 of you left. Jake, do the carriage slows in front of you, and I'm assuming you enter the carriage.
As the carriage comes up, I twinge the tip of my pointy demonic tail up in the air from the cold bristling against. As my horned brow can feel the mist covering the rest of it. I'm tiefling if nobody's figured that out by now. As I just prepare, I inspect the carriage instantly to see the hunched over driver as I cautiously circle it around once over to make sure there's no sneak attack or ambush from low, and then I walk to the main door.
The carriage again rocks under the weight of Jake's character. Jake, you walk in. It's the same carriage that I've described a couple times, except as soon as you walk in, you do notice a man, probably 22, 23 years old, to your left that you don't recognize. What do you do?
Do I see the others?
Yes, and you guys all see each other now. And it would be at this point that I would like for each of you to kind of role play, like introducing each other. And not for necessarily the first time, but now you guys can drop names now.
Okay.
My character's name is Zane Ice Knife.
It is good to see you again, my friends. For the record, my character's name is Andrew Brightsword.
It's nice to see you guys as well.
My character's name is Dracus Lightbrand. I am a tiefling who began traveling with this group years ago, spurned by my past and by my sins. I've tried to make a new way with this party. It's good to see you all, comrades. As I look over to the new men, who is this new face that is? Who are you, sir? And my character's 27.
It's like awkward for a moment, and he realizes that you're talking to him, and he nervously brushes his hair again past his ear, out of his face. He has long, brownish black hair. Looks like noble's clothes. You do see a blade at his side, but he kind of straightens himself up and introduces himself. My name is Sergey. And yours?
Dracus Lightbrand.
Well met.
Zane Ice Knife.
Andrew Brightsword.
I take it you guys are going to the castle?
Aye, that seems to be the way we travel. And you?
Yeah, I was invited to dinner. I've got to admit, I am terrified because, well, the lady terrifies us, tides me. I'm sure you would agree with me.
I've heard rumors, yes.
How long have you been here?
We were trapped by these mists going on 2 winters now.
I've been here my whole life, and nothing's going to change. It's always dark and rainy, and it's always cloudy. I just hope I survive the night. As I'm sure you guys agree.
Do you fear death, Sergey?
Do you not?
Fear is the state we all live in. I've resigned myself to whatever fates happen tonight. Whatever happens, regardless, death will be an inevitability. All we can do is decide how we face it.
It's
Couldn't
wise
have said it
words.
better myself.
Even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two. Widening towards the east, there are patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. Parked at the fork of the road, pointed east, directly towards the castle, is a large black carriage drawn by two black horses. Your guys' carriage gets within 15, I would say actually 30 feet. It's decently far away, and comes to a halt. The door swings open, and a man that you guys would know as just a Barovian says, "All right, your stop's here. I'm not going no further."
I look out the carriage window or door, whichever may apply first. Can I see the castle or anything in resemblance to the road to it?
Absolutely. Castle Ravenloft always is within sight. It's always there to remind you of the Lord of Barovia's grasp upon the land.
All right, fellow comrades, it appears this was our stop. Let us face forward with whatever may come.
Sergei kind of speaks up. I've been to the castle once before. This is the worst part. Let's just hope it's not Strahd in the carriage.
We shall see.
Do you guys
Yeah.
approach the next carriage?
Yeah.
Very, very cautiously and on
Yeah.
guard.
I kind of like say as I exit the carriage, be on your guard. We don't know what could be waiting for us in there.
Immediately when you guys get out of the carriage, you hear a and the carriage behind you just bolts full speed, takes off down the road, kicks up dust clouds and everything. It actually showers you guys in dust as it passes you, leaving you leaving you alone. You guys are about 30 feet away from the Lord of Barovia's black carriage. What do you do?
Can we see anybody driving the carriage with the horses?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, please.
Is that a D20?
Perception check, Jake.
So it's D20. I'm still figuring out what one to take.
Yeah, you always roll. Anytime I ask for anything, you always roll a d20. Plus your wisdom. Got it? Are you okay?
Yeah, we're deciding. So, since I have to have one wisdom. That's 28, bud.
Wow.
You get a 16 to your perception.
15, I have. Passing perception.
Okay.
What's that? Senses passive perception 15.
You're not doing your passive perception.
Not bad.
It's wrong,
Plus 5.
Not bad indeed.
That's wrong, Josh. I gotta do it again.
Oh.
What did you roll?
Whoops.
You don't need to roll again. So you got a 17.
17.
Dragus, as you look upon the carriage, you do actually see a dark figure sitting there with the reins in hand. Nothing else. No other sign of life around you. In fact, it's actually very quiet, calm.
Can I recognize any facial structure on the figure driving it?
It's a hooded figure. You would have to get closer to see.
I cautiously walk closer, not quite to the front of the carriage, but close enough I can get within between the entrance of the carriage and the driver. And I ask him to, in an attempt to get a better look at him, is this the way to the castle? Are you he who will take us?
Your boots crunch on rocks as you take a step forward. And you get no response at first, but the hunched over figure turns toward you slowly and vanishes before your eyes. Suddenly, reappearing at the carriage doors and slowly creaks open the carriage doors and takes a bow.
Oh my.
That's an impressive trick. Have to show me how to do that sometime if we survive the night.
The creature slowly stands up. You guys actually hear like the sound of cracking bones.
Ugh.
And you guys actually smell a horrific smell at this point.
Oh god.
The hooded figure is very dark underneath his hood, so you can't see any facial features at all. And as a matter of fact, he has gloved hands, so you can't see really any skin whatsoever. Lightning streaks across the sky, and he's gone.
Um Andrew kind of like looks around and is like, that was awkward.
Sergei speaks up. He always does this. He's always one for display. Just go ahead. We're going to be late. She doesn't like it when people are late for dinner.
I'm the first to step in the carriage. This will be a night full of intrigue in the darkest of ways. As I take a step cautiously with my hand on my blade's hilt at my side into the carriage.
I follow.
Sergey, you go in next. I'll be the last to enter.
As you guys approach, the hooded figure is sitting at the table. What appears to be shuffling a deck of cards before you. You hear a. He kind of grunts at you, motioning you to take a seat.
I sit directly in front of him just to try and see if I can get a closer look or a feel for this individual's character in any sense or shape.
As you take a seat, the hooded figure slowly puts the cards down and slides them across the table to you, Dracus. Then, one by one, pulls off a finger of his gloves and takes off his glove. The hand that is revealed is almost a sickly green color. Veins, purplish veins on the back of his hand, and they end in claws. Slowly, finger by finger, he takes off the other glove. And he motions with both hands for you to shuffle the deck.
I do so without being hesitant.
Do you want
To,
to? Okay, so I have the actual decks. I have the actual card right here. Do you want to shuffle it? Would you
yes.
like? Come shuffle it. So Dracus takes the cards and begins to shuffle. He's kind of looking over his shoulder as he does so. And what also is kind of weird though is you guys look at the cards and you guys all notice that these are the exact same cards you guys found in your pockets from the day earlier. Very strange.
Huh.
As if they appeared from nowhere.
As if they appeared from nowhere. Sergey whispers over to you, Andrew.
Hmm.
I'm not much of a fighter. Things go south. Can I count on you?
You can count on us.
The carriage slowly begins to move forward as the creature reaches out his hand and Dracus hands the cards into the creature's hands.
Without hesitation, despite the clawed things, I hand them back, unafraid to of his unnatural hands.
The creature lets go of the cards and they remain floating where they were. The cards spread out in the air before you, and they shuffle. One goes over here, that one goes over here, and they float before you. The creature's gnarled hand slowly reaches up to the hood and pulls it off, revealing a pointed nose, pointed ears, old man. The man has a long, wispy beard, eyebrows that stick out 2 inches, eyes as cold as ice, pale blue. His deathly purple lips don't move at a muscle. You can tell that this man is not breathing, nor is he alive, clearly. He gives a half smile as you see 2 fangs in its mouth. Welcome to Barovia. Welcome to Castle. She has been waiting for you for a long time.
Andrew just kind of like looks towards the man and is kind of like at first startled, but like tries to like play it off as just like nervousness.
I see the floating cards and the appearance of the old man, and all I say is, impressive tricks you have there. Impressive indeed.
You
Impressive.
can do would impress the god themselves.
As I look with a slight smirk of just a combination of confidence and intrigue, I try and hide a smirk with my a devilish smirk with my tiefling fangs, trying to not bear themselves so much behind it, but just enough to be intrigued.
Sergey, it's been a long time. It's nice to see you in a new body. One much younger and much more beautiful.
Hmm. Andrew
And
just. Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
Andrew just like kind of like looks between Sergey and the old man and kind of like whispers, "What the heck is this guy's deal?"
The Strad is not as powerful as he seems. Don't be too afraid. He is much weaker now that he is no longer Lord of Barovia.
I kind of like look back towards the old man and is like, and I'm like, "This is Strahd?"
I'm right here, you fools. Yes, I am Strad Gonzarovich.
1,000 pardons to Strahd. I just
A pleasure to meet the Lord of this realm, as I again have that just devilish smirk. The
Sir,
previous Lord of this
Sergei,
realm.
Sergei goes, once Lord. He's no longer has much power here. Don't you, Strada? That kills you, don't it?
um
The old man, go ahead.
Andrew's like, 1,000 pardons, Strahd. It's just I didn't recognize you from what people have said of you and whatnot.
It's okay. I am old and frail. Could crumble to dust at any moment. I've been reduced from lord to a simple seer. You might have all been a toy for me in the past, but now you're her toy, and I pity you.
Crumbled to dust, I severely doubt you're as weakened as the rest of them believed. And as for her, I guess we'll see who is the toy and who is the one playing the game before this night ends.
It's funny that you speak of a game, Dracus, for you are all a pawn in her game.
Even the pawns can kill the queen, as you may know, Strad von Zarovich, again with his devilish smirk.
I ruled these lands thousands and thousand years, and I wanted to rule for 1,000 more. But some stupid adventurers, those bastards, they killed me. And in his place, a tentacled monster took control. I was
Hmm.
this close to having her, Ophelia, my love, ripped from me. But
Hmm.
nothing lasts in this land. I managed to puncture her neck, saving her life, granting her vampirism, but she grew more powerful than you would ever imagine.
Oh, what a night it will be then to see her in all her glory.
I do pity you. She is far worse a creature than I ever was. But enough of this chit chat. Pick a card. Dracus.
I look across the deck. I look across every single card, and I pick the one directly closest.
No, you can just tell me.
The one directly in the center with the brightest shine to it. Yes.
The card you point at rises above the rest and reveals itself. It's the Evoker card. This card tales of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. This card tells of the location of the Tome of Omeggha. You are to find this tome if you have any chance of destroying the devil for good. If you burn her tome, she will immediately respawn in her crypt, in her tomb, where you can plunge a wooden stake in her heart, ending the curse forever.
This card will help reveal the location of this tome.
Crystal ball at the table begins to glow, and a vision appears there. Search for the crypt of a wizard ordinaire. His staff is the key. And in the crystal ball, it's in a dark crypt, and it's among hundreds of other crypts. And the crystal ball zooms in on the crypt titled Growlamore Nimbleknob before it fades.
Ravenloft and Omeggha.
This card tells of a powerful force for good and for protection. It's a holy symbol of great hope. Zane, why don't you do the honors?
I come up to the table and I pick the card off to the left. Yes.
Again, the card floats above the rest and reveals itself. The Shepherd. This card tells of a powerful blade, a sun sword, once belonging to an ancient noble. Its heat I can still feel. Find them who gave birth to evil. The treasure lies in the tomb of King Barov and Queen Ravenovia, also in the crypt. It seems that you guys are destined to go down in the very stomach of the castle. I wish you good luck.
I believe you're next, Sir Brightsword.
You are correct in that assessment. I kind of like look at the cards and I choose the one to the right of the one that Jake picked.
We all see it float above, same as the others, as it begins to flip.
Paladin. How does that make you feel, Andrew?
Um, it kind of confuses me because like I don't know the meaning behind it. So I'm like, what does this mean? I don't understand.
This card tells of the icon of Ravenloft. It's a holy symbol that will help.
I see.
Sorry, I'm looking for it.
It's all good.
I see a sleeping prince, a servant of light, and the sister of darkness. The treasure lies with her. Again, this treasure is in the tomb, in the catacombs, the crypts of the castle. All three items are down there. You better go there first before you get distracted in the tower.
I see.
Suddenly, you guys hear a sound of like grinding metal against each other from outside. The carriage slowly comes to a stop and the doors swing open. Strahd looks up at each of you with a knowing look and says, "It is your time. I hope you enjoy dinner."
That doesn't sound too comforting, but thank you.
If this is our last meet, it was a pleasure to meet you, Lord of Barovia, Strahd von Zarovich. May this not be the last meet we have. I would look forward to seeing you again. Again, with that devilish smirk as it begins to almost get not so much aggressive, but definitely confident.
As you look upon Strahd's old ancient face, his nose and face becomes really wrinkled and dry. His eyes gloss over, his hair crisps. Suddenly, his chin falls off, his nose falls off, his forehead begins to crumble to bone until he is no more than a small pile of dust sitting on the chair.
I look at the ashes that remain. Rest in ash, former Dark Lord. Rest in ash. As I'm the first to get ready to walk out the carriage, with new vigor and determination, unlike before. More determination than confidence now.
I too follow after.
Thick, cold fog swirls around you. You guys find
I follow.
yourselves you guys find yourselves standing in a gigantic courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. I need you guys all to roll a perception check for me, please.
Alrighty, I will do that. I got an 8.
I got an 18.
I also got an 18.
Andrew, you're overwhelmed by the sight of this gigantic castle before you. You can barely hear the sound of organ music, all of you. Barely, barely. But Dracus and Zane, you guys each kind of notice that. Well, you don't really notice. You watch as the carriage rocks forward a little bit and goes over to the left and takes a left turn and comes about here where it goes around the bend. And it's right about here you see what I can only describe as a little kid peeking around the corner and looking at both of you guys. But as soon as you guys lock eyes, it vanishes behind the corner.
Mm.
It appears there's eyes all around us in different shapes and sizes. Sir Ice Knife.
Wake up, or I'm gonna drop you.
I'm up.
The child that disappeared, was it at the doors or behind one of the other walls of the outside walls?
You saw it over here to the left, and it disappeared around that corner. As you guys are
Per
standing there, you guys hear a as behind you the bridge opens up and closes you guys inside.
Now we're here, and it doesn't look like we're going anywhere soon. We may as well go make introduction to what may be our last dinner. Let's move forward, allies, and hope the best in this realm of the worst. As I stride forward towards the entrance, but keeping an eye look at that corner where the child was cautiously.
I follow.
I also follow.
Sorry, you guys go into the main entrance?
Yep.
Yeah, we go to the main entrance.
Okay, as you guys enter, right out of the corner of your eye, Drakus, you see the kid again, but as soon as you look, it's gone. But something in front of you kind of catches your eye and snaps your attention. You begin to hear the slight sound of organ music growing louder and louder coming from inside.
Music to our ears. It appears they know we've arrived. We may as well go make our introduction apparent as I keep moving forward.
Be on your guard.
That's all this place is on your guard. Stay alert, Sir Ice Knife.
Yes.
We need you at your best. We need all of us at our best here.
As you guys approach, there are two doors shut before you. The knobs on the doors are magnificently carved to be the heads of bats, and the windows are the wings of the bats spread open. And you can kind of peek inside, and there's an open room before you.
Do we see anything in the open room?
Go ahead and roll a perception check at disadvantage. You're kind of peeking through the window.
So I rolled a 10 and then a 15.
So you got a 10. So with a 10, you peek in, and yeah, it's pretty easy to see. It is muffled and it's dark in there, but you can see it's very dirty, dusty floors, and you can see what like little shapes in there. That's all you can really see.
I push the doors open, get ready to face whatever we must. If this be our last meal or be an ambush, either way, I'm ready as I lead the way.
You open the door. The doors swing open.
I I look to Sergey and I say, "Stay close to me."
And Sergey gets right up to you. The ornate outer doors of the castle, now wide open, reveal a small room. The sound of organ music gets a little bit louder as you enter. Inside, it's not as muffled from the rain, obviously. You get it's very quiet in here otherwise. Very eerie feeling, like you're being watched. Someone's just around the corner, but when you look, there's nobody there. That's silly. There are 4 statues all along the room of dragons. They're small, no bigger than a large dog, a very large dog. One is climbing along the wall, 2 are sitting up at a proud stance, and 1 is on the ceiling. They all look like they are in like an attack position. What do you do?
I cautiously look at all the dragon statues, preparing for the worst in case, making sure the feeling we're having is just a feeling and not an ambush. And then I look around the dinner table to see if we are the only ones in the room.
There's no dinner table. It's just empty. It's kind of like a mud room, if you will. There's
Oh,
2
wrong one.
pillars. That's okay. There's 2 pillars. There's 2 pillars, and like I said, 2 of the dragons are like sitting in front of the pillars and almost in like attack position. Do you continue on?
Cautiously, I walk towards the other gates while keeping an eye on the decorations with that sense of unease. And
As you get closer, you can tell that these are definitely just decorative statues, and whoever made these was very talented. But they're no more than statues.
this castle is filled with nothing but
Evil.
pure fear, wickedness incarnate. As you said, Sir Brightsword, evil.
Yes,
What of
it's
you,
very.
Sir Ice Knife? Can you feel the darkness in this castle?
Weird.
It's almost as if it's as live as the mist that brought us, isn't it? Not?
It is.
I open the next doors to go to the next room as I finish my commentary to my
I follow
comrades.
as well.
You push open the
And
doors.
as the doors is being pushed open, Andrew's like, it's like this place is draining all the light and happiness in the world.
Haven't you figured this out, Andrew? The 2 years we've been here, there is no light or happiness, only the ones we can force through our challenge or even your your power of divinity as your cleric magic. And even then, this realm still manages to blotch that all we can do is try and shive forward to whatever destiny fate may hold.
You have a point.
And you, Sergei, have you resigned to your fate, joining us tonight for this dinner?
I had little choice. We were all invited, weren't we?
True.
Better to dine with the devil and face them head forward than to run with their fangs at their back. I say with a giggle, knowing my demonic nature very well as I twitch my tiefling tail back and forth with a slight macabre humor.
Hmm. Why do I have the feeling that that's going to be the death of us somehow?
As you guys enter the next room, cobwebs stretch between 4 large columns into this rather large room. A dusty hall, not lit at all. There are torches in the iron sconces along the wall. 2 of them light right here on either side of the hall. And you guys just now noticed that the torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles, squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling high overhead, cracked and faded, snarling, staring directly into your soul.
I give this land one thing. The ones who built this castle, the decor for all these statues really is as magnificent as the power of this realm, despite the wickedness to it. Is it not, comrades?
Interrupting you suddenly, you hear a and all along this hallway here, all along the hallway, light torches are just coming to life, one by one, leading down the hallway until they get to a door onto the right of the hallway where it ends. What do you guys do?
It appears
I go in the door.
we follow the way to the light as we all start heading that direction.
Yeah.
This is usually the part where Rahadin greets us, but I don't see him anywhere. Luckily, the castle itself knows where to lead us. Be on your guard, but know that she won't hurt you during dinner. After that, I can promise nothing, obviously.
Well, it appears, my friends, dinner is about to be served. Let's enjoy it because it very well may be our last meal.
Hmm.
As we all step closer to where the torches down the tunnel keep leading us, we keep heading that direction.
As your guys' boots click clack along the stone floor, you walk out of the gargoyle room. The torch behind you that led you to this hallway snuffs itself out. And as you
This is a
continue,
peculiar place,
yes.
full of mystery and majesty.
I was holding down the wrong button, sorry. So, sorry, I just said a bunch of stuff, my bad. As you guys continue down to the next room, the hallway that led you this way, the torches on either side blink out one by one as you pass them. As you guys walk, there are large portraits on either side of the hallway. Some of noblemen, some of depictions of war. It is at this point, Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
you get a very weird feeling because as you pass one of the tall portraits, it is of a man, tall, very well built, long blonde hair, blue eyes. It's you.
Hmm.
And you guys
I like
notice
kind
this
of.
as well? This is definitely Andrew.
This appears to be a portrait of you, Sir
This is
Brightsword.
weird.
Yeah, but it's
Hey, can you
kind
please
of
wake up, bud?
odd
Can you
being
please wake up?
here
Like, sit up,
because I
be
don't remember
engaged.
ever being in this
Thank
place.
you. As you look upon the portrait, your eyes wander to the back of the portrait. A sudden memory rushes over you. It's as if you were standing there. You remember posing for that picture, for that painting. An old man was painting it. Do you remember the day? It was the day before your wedding.
Huh.
Very strange. But you kind of snap yourself out of it because you know that's nonsense. You guys find yourself in front of the two doors, and the sound of organ music is very loud at this point. What do you do?
Go through the
I
doors.
Let us begin.
I was gonna knock on the door, but okay, going through is okay.
Um, actually, we do that. We let Sir Brightsword knock on the doors, and after a moment, do the organs do we hear the organs continue?
No. And as a matter of fact, actually, yes. The moment you knock, the organs stop. And all of the torches around you snuff out.
Stay close.
Yeah, Sergey, get close to me.
Huh? Yeah, ask on the chat. Yep.
So with the tunnel now darkened, I use my tiefling night dark vision. Am I able to see around us, the group, the rest of us as a group together, along with the doors in front of us?
Your eyes quickly blink and change shape towards a gray-scaled vision as your eyes adjust to the darkness around you. And yes, of course, you see your companions around you wide-eyed, Sergei especially filled with fear. But
Stay
suddenly,
close.
the doors behind you swing open. There is a beautiful display of food on this long table in the center of the room. There's a white cloth and a single candelabra on the center of the table. It's very cold in this room, quiet. What do you do?
Slowly start heading in towards the end of the table, the closest to the door, but on the opposite side. Can I see anybody on the inside of the room?
You very clearly can see a woman sitting at the head of the table.
So the opposite of where I would of the seat where I was heading.
Do you take the
Hmm.
do you guys take a seat? Or what do you do?
Yes,
I get close
I
enough to the table before seating. I bow in respect and be like, "Thank you for inviting us to your lovely home." I take with a bow of respect.
The one before
I
you is beautiful, and she simply is kind of sitting, louching in this big throne chair, one leg up and draped over the arm, and her other arm is holding a glass of. No, 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 change that. Let's make this darker. She is holding a head of a what looks like to be some sort of man, perhaps. Long, bloody hair drapes down between her fingers, and she's holding it like she would you would hold a wine glass. And she motions for you guys to sit down, and she raises the skull to her face, and you hear, "Welcome to my castle. Please take a seat. I've been expecting you."
I sit at the opposing chair, opposing the head one. It's like, thank you for the invitation, dear lady.
Of course.
I
As you
sit
know,
next to Drakos.
okay.
I sit on the opposite side of him and have Sergey sit close to me.
As you guys take a seat, the candle in the center of the table sparks to life. And it's actually a candle that has like 3 branches on it. And so there's actually 3 different candles that are aflame now, which lights up the table. And on the table is a grotesque display of what hardly qualifies as cooked meat. There is a boar splayed open with its guts draped across right next to you, Andrew. At your elbow, there's guts as you sit down. The boar is looked like it had just been killed, and its head is slit at its neck as all the other food around on the table is, as you guys look, is clearly rotten and crawling with maggots and reeks. As she sees you guys all notice this, she cracks a smile. It is always a surprise when my prey see what they've gotten themselves into. Trav, wake up.
He still has touring and shit to do too. So.
I'll keep you in it.
Do I see the guts?
Everybody sees the guts. Cuts, I need you to pay attention, Trav, please. Stay with us. She raises an eyebrow. What? Do I bore you, child?
No.
Perhaps, dearest host, is there something to drink for the lovely meal you've displayed for us? If I can ask with all respect.
Do you find yourself parched?
A good drink with a potential last meal is always a good start.
You are so spot on. She's kind of shaking her foot, the one that's draped over the chair. As she sits up, she vanishes and appears right next to you, holding the skull over your glass and fills it with a goopy, thick blood that has the consistency of jello, and it flops into your cup. There you are. And she like leans in really close to you and just goes, "Ah, you are going to be so tasty." And she kind of does a twirl and appears at the side of Zane, rubbing her long fingernails on the back of his head and across his shoulder as she walks by, giggling to herself. Oh, I just love playthings. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. A little birdie told me that you've been collecting items to try to overthrow me. Is this true?
We've been played the cards we were dealt, my lady. Same as the ones of the invitations you have sent. It almost as if fate has
Quiet.
destined us to meet.
Quiet. You bore me with your talk of fate and whatever. The cards are always stacked against you, Dracus. Haven't you learned that by now?
Hmm.
As you go to speak, she lifts up a finger. I grow bored. I have been this way for 400 years. I've had many men in my life, many women too. They all have the same reaction when they sit at my table: fear, nervousness. I want you to be relaxed. I'm not just going to butcher you like cattle, nor am I going to feed you like others would. Find that abhorrent. You should have ate before you came. It is unwise of you to believe that you will be fed correctly at a dinner hosted by the Lordess of Barovia.
Andrew just kind of like looks at her and says, "Well, you are, if the legends are true, you are a very gracious host, and also very cunning as well."
Ooh, Andrew, are you trying to flatter me?
No, madam, I'm just being honest.
I appreciate your honesty, but then you will appreciate mine. I am going to kill each and every one of you tonight, but let's make a game out of it, shall we? She like kind of walks over to the organ, and you notice her put her foot on one of the foot pads and just scrape her hand across the keys as it makes this super loud noise.
Yeah.
And she just casually like reappears, vanishes before your eyes, and reappears next to you guys, leaning over the table. There are things in this castle that could destroy me, should you find them in time. She pulls out a giant, um, frick. What are those things called where you like keep track of time?
Oh, stopwatch.
No. Oh my god.
Time dial. Hourglass.
Hourglass. Thank you. She pulls out an
Oh, yeah.
hourglass, and all of the sand is at the bottom. This hourglass is good for 45 minutes in real time. You have limited time to collect the items to defeat me. Once the sands in this hourglass are out, it is over, and I'm going to eat you. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. As she slams the hourglass on the table, sands
Let,
up, and it slowly begins to spill into the bottom as she vanishes.
let the games begin.
What do you guys do?
Well, it looks
I
like we have to find the tombs as fast as we can from our cards. What do you think, Brightsword? Should we ask
Yeah.
Sergey if he knows this castle? It seems like he's been here the most out of any and continued to survive.
They have
Hey,
only
Sergey.
been here at the dinner. Please hurry. She. She is not joking around. She will kill us all. Please. Andrew, at
Do you
this
know where the
moment, you actually look over across the table, and in the boar's mouth, you notice something. Usually it's like an apple, but it's like kind of pale in color.
I gingerly pull out the item that's inside of the boar's mouth, and I hand it over to Sergey, and I'm like, "Do you know what this is?"
He holds it and like tosses it back to you. It's
Yeah.
it's a small like ball, and what you catch is like plastic or like porcelain, and you spin it around in your hand, and you notice that it is the head of a doll.
Oh God!
As you
I just like
react, go ahead.
I just kind of like immediately set it on the table, and I just back away. I'm like, no, no.
I grab it and investigate the doll head to see if it's any clues to lead us on our way.
As you pick up the doll's head, the eyes, Andrew, stare directly at you no matter how he moves it. Dracus, as you hold up the doll's head, the eyes again are looking directly at Andrew. You investigate it, and you see something out of the corner of your eye, all of you guys. You see what looks to be a weird little man dressed in what only could be described as a jester's costume, and it runs right behind you, Zane, and runs into the organ, vanishing behind the organ. And you hear him laughing to himself. As you return as you return to look at your hand, the porcelain doll head is gone.
So many tricks, so many mysteries. If we die tonight, at least we can die knowing that it was one hell of a ride.
From all around you, you guys hear the solemn voice of Lady Omeggha. Hurry, hurry. Investigate, investigate.
I want to see if there's another way other than the doors we came out, to see if there's another exit around.
You look around, and all you can see is the table, the organ, the doors, and that is it. As you look at the organ, go ahead and roll a perception check for me, please.
Would you like all of us to roll it, or just Jake?
Just Dracus.
Okay.
25.
Just a 20, right?
Well, yeah.
Which is just +5.
Yes, that's 25.
It's 20.
23. 78, 9, 21, 2.
Oh, you got a 17, my bad.
22, unnatural.
You don't see any other exits, but you do notice that is something very peculiar. You notice underneath the organ, by the footpads that you saw her push, there are scrape marks there. As if the organ can move. But you know that you look upon this magnificent instrument and you know there's no possible way that one could push it. There must be some sort of secret here.
I'd like to look for a potential lever or some kind of device to see if there's a hidden door.
It takes a few seconds, but you kind of feel along the organ and your hand goes over a small weak spot in the wood. As you press it, the organ goes and slowly slides to the right, revealing a path behind it.
I cautiously walk through with the rest of the group.
As you guys walk through hallways, and you take a left, you take a right, you are almost wandering throughout this castle as you guys you guys are looking down this hallway and you see a small little figure at the very, very edge of your vision, standing in the middle of the hall. As soon as you open your mouth to speak, it runs to the left and runs into this room. Do you follow?
If that's the only direction, yes.
The small child ran to this room over here to the right.
Yeah.
However, you come to a T. Behind you is a hallway that disappears to darkness.
Can I see in the darkness, at least a limited ways with my vision?
I would say yes. You do actually notice that there is a spiral staircase that goes up and down very far away, probably 80 feet down that hallway.
I see some staircases up ahead in the darkness. It looks like they go up and down. I believe the tomb would be further down, and I believe that's where we need to head with the time we're losing. Should we press forward?
Yes.
You guys hear laughter in the room behind you.
It appears we're not alone.
Be on your guard.
Should we press forward or investigate this first?
Investigate this first, then press forward.
We
Let's
have
see if
very
it.
little time.
So
We need to move.
many choices, so many distractions.
Press
Let's just
forward.
Remember,
just press forward.
the sand is ticking.
As I head towards the staircase, keep an eye on the back.
Will do,
Okay.
Chief.
As you run off down the staircase, a little boy is standing in your way. Please, don't leave me. He's about 15 feet ahead of you, and he's standing there, his arms folded, and he's kind of tapping his foot, seemingly irritated.
Is this the same child we saw earlier?
No.
And what would a child be doing in a kingdom, in a castle of the damned?
I'm haunting the place.
So you're just as dead as mostly everything else here, are you not, child?
I was killed many years ago by a vampire who fell in love with my mother. I was useless to the pair, and so she tossed me off of the castle. I fell to my death. I've
And
been here ever
apparently,
since.
apparently your hell is now to wander these realms, this realm of the castle too. You may accompany us if you must, but no, we will strike you down if you attempt to bring harm upon us. Or not. It's tough to say with the dead whether we can even do anything to you or not, but our holy man does have some tricks. So do not take our joining of the group as a sign of weakness, child.
What, are you scared of a little boy?
Can I speak to the child?
I know best what
You can,
appearances are never what they seem, especially in this realm.
you can
Child
speak
of
to
the
the
damned.
child. No. That was just like an echoing voice all around you. The child did not say that.
Oh. May I speak with the child?
You may speak to the child.
Excuse me, child. Do you, by chance,
I
know
have a
where the...
name.
Well, I don't know your name.
You didn't ask.
Okay, what is your name?
I'm Max. What's yours?
Andrew?
Well, now
So,
we're not
Matt.
strangers. I have a
True.
secret to tell you.
What's your secret?
The boy reaches in his pocket and pulls out what looks to be like the hilt of a blade. It's golden. And he holds it side to side. I have something you guys want.
What will you get? What is the trade-off for this gift, child?
I just want to play a game. I'm bored. Do you guys want to play a game?
And what game is that?
How about you answer riddles? Let's play a game of riddles.
We have a few minutes, even though time is clicking. Ask your riddles, child.
Well, this will be a Question for all of you, if you don't mind. Take off my skin, I won't cry, but you will. What am I?
Take off my skin, I will not cry. But you will. What am I? Huh.
Take off my skin, but I won't cry. But we will. You won't cry, but we will. I look at this child very closely.
You can't hold your tongue. You only have a few seconds. That's how this works.
Death.
Sorry, that's not the right answer. It is an onion.
Oh,
Clever boy. Clever boy.
It's okay.
clever.
You guys can get this one. This one's a little bit harder. You will always find me in the past. I can be created in the present, but the future can never taunt me, can never taint me. What am I? You will always find me in the past. I can be created in the present, but the future can never taint me. What am I?
Memory.
That's close. No cigar. One more guess.
Uh,
You will always find me in the past. I can be created in the present, but the future can never taint me. What am I?
I honestly don't know, Max. Sergey, do you know?
You said we were close with memory. Um, books? I don't know. What isn't tainted by the future, but time's up. History.
I was thinking that.
Well, you should have spoke up.
Well, I
Right, sir.
didn't think that it would have been the correct answer, though. That's the.
Well, any hesitation will be the death of us here, Bright Sword.
Oh for 2. I'm sorry. I have a couple more questions. Do you guys want to keep playing?
Ask away.
Here we go. A man is trapped in a room. There are only 2 ways to escape. 2 doors. In door number 1, there is a room constructed by magnifying glasses. High overhead, the blazing hot sun instantly fries anyone who enters. Through the second door is a giant fire-breathing dragon. How does the man escape?
The dragon.
He would eat you, wouldn't he?
It's a
If you
trick question. There is no escape.
He can't escape.
If you can tame the dragon, you can escape by flying away.
No chance. One more guess. A man is trapped in a room. There are only 2 ways to escape. 2 doors. In door number 1, there is a room constructed by a magnifying glass. High overhead, the blazing hot sun instantly fries anyone who enters. Through the second door is a giant fire-breathing dragon. How did the man escape?
By frying to death?
Door 1.
Are there windows?
Only doors.
If he's inside a building, if he went through the magnifying glasses, how would he still burn?
Because the sun.
So the sun would have to be like directly overhead.
Yes, it's door 1. He can leave that room at night.
Good job. You had to wait till nighttime, when the sun is gone. Trev, you get inspiration for that. Good job.
Nice.
Last one. And this is one I made up. James the Butcher is tall, 6.5 feet tall, in fact. His waist is small. Pants with a 32-inch waist don't fall. What does he weigh?
Uh, I know you weigh more than I do. Uh, 160 pounds?
The answer isn't that simple. You're overthinking it.
Damn it. Fuck.
James the Butcher is tall, 6.5 feet tall, in fact. His waist is small. Pants with a 32-inch waist don't fall. What does he weigh? It's simpler than you realize. Only a few more seconds left.
I honestly do not know.
He weighs what he weighs for his butchering days.
You're close. With what, though? What does he weigh?
What he butchers. The meat.
That is the answer.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
How was that? That was a good one, right?
Yeah, you stumped me there.
That's why I had to have you repeat that. I had to think on it for a minute.
I'm sorry, guys, but I, well, I will give you what you. Fair is fair. And the boy, like, throws the sword. He actually throws the sword at you. Um, Zane, you're the one who got the right answer, so I think you deserve it. But, I'm sorry about this. And the boy vanishes.
Alex, wait. Max, wait. Shit.
I didn't even.
Ah,
I heard you say that.
damn it. Hmm. Well then.
I believe this is something we can use. Child, I need you to
I take the sword.
figure it out as we continue to press forward because we've lost a lot of time dawdling here.
As soon as you pick up the sword, suddenly snarling in front of you is a giant werewolf. It was just having an echo. That's why I was having you turn that off.
I
Oof.
swear to God, if that boy is the werewolf, Jane, I should have caught that. That was a hint at earlier.
You can clearly see that the werewolf has the same clothes as the boy, and he roars in anger. Roll initiative.
I knew it.
I fucking called it.
It is at this point I would like to say who has the beast card.
Oh, god damn it.
Uh-huh.
Me.
Unfortunately, Zane, the werewolf gets a attack of opportunity. What am I trying to say? Surprise round.
Yeah.
Before any of you can react, the werewolf gets on all fours, sprints as fast as it can down the hallway. As this is happening, as you're looking at the sword, Zane, and the wolf lunges onto you and clamps its maw down onto your shoulder, tackling you as you guys tumble at uh, Dricus's feet. The teeth sink into your shoulder. You're gonna go ahead and take some damage, and I need you to make a con save, please.
Ah!
Oh boy, this is not looking good.
18.
You resist.
Hmm.
Do we continue initiative?
Yeah, sorry. Just pulling up a thing.
Okay, so
Okay, so what is your guys' initiative?
I got an 8.
Did you add your proficiency to that bright sword?
Let me. Let. Okay, so 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay. Zane?
I can't find my proficiency bonus on my sheet that you sent me.
+5.
About the same for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
What's your number?
I got 17.
And Dracus.
13.
Okay, Zane, at the beginning of combat, what do? You are rolling around with this werewolf.
I want to try to like kick him off of me.
Okay, that's going to be a contested strength. I need you to roll a athletics or acrobatics for me, please.
Can I do acrobatic?
You can do whichever one you would prefer. Come on, Trav.
13.
Okay, as you try to wriggle out of it, the werewolf only clamps down harder, and you cannot escape. That is unfortunately your action. It is now going to be the werewolf's
I have
turn.
3 actions.
You have one action, bonus action, and movement. For your action, you tried to break out and you failed. I'm sorry. You have no movement because you're grappled with the werewolf. It's the werewolf's turn.
Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this.
Told you couldn't trust this brat.
He is going to just bite you 2 more times.
Oof. Big ripperonis.
First bite
Oof.
hits with a 26.
Oh god. Ow.
Second bite is a 15.
That misses.
Okay, so you're going to take 1.
And I'm guessing a con
12.
save is needed.
You are going to take 13 damage, and I need a con save from you. While he's doing that, Dracus, it is your turn.
He rolled a 12 for the con save.
Ooh. Dracus, it's your turn.
I see the beast on top of the boy. So in an attempt to get him off, I try and stab him the wolf right in the leg to focus his attention elsewhere as my first attack.
Okay, roll. You have disadvantage because he's tangled with Zane.
Well, apparently I rolled the same twice.
That's 2 19s.
Those both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
You sure it's the right? I didn't put this out until That's it's just my strength out in this correct range.
Yes.
Oh my.
That's
15 damage on the wolf. Release him, you damned brat.
Brat. Okay, Andrew, it is your turn.
Alrighty.
The werewolf is just snarling and just ripping into Zane's shoulder right now. You see as Dracus is just violently swinging his blade, just sinking his blade, just slashing across his back. Wounds are, yeah, it says in your actions, Jake.
That says I have 2 attacks.
You rolled twice.
But I thought that was
Oh, that was your disadvantage. Yeah, you still have one more attack. Sorry. So he still has one more attack, but yeah.
Got it.
And he's just swinging violently. Go ahead and roll one more attack. As you decide what you want to do on your turn, Andrew.
I already know what I want to do.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
That's a 17 and a 1.
Nat one, nice.
For
What
my
do you-
attack,
What do you do, Andrew?
I'm gonna attack with my maul.
Okay, you're gonna run up and swing.
Yep. And when I am, it says for my multi attack, when I attack with my maul, twice, it uses the holy fire.
Yep. So whenever you take the attack action, that's how that works. But as you run up, you actually see Dracus violently swinging, and he aims a little bit too high as you swing down, and he actually hits you in the arm. I need you to make a strength check to see if he knocks your mace out of your hand, and I need you to roll damage.
Alrighty, so. Mm, 6.
7 plus my strength. That's 13.
Andrew, you take 13 damage as the mace clangs out of your hands. Both of your right hand goes completely numb as the blade cuts into your wrist. I need you to make a con save. Actually, don't make a con save. Never mind. It cuts into your wrist, and you drop the weapon, and it clangs off further down the hallway, right about there.
We have to be better prepared than this. We can't be damaging each other before we even get through this. We have to work together, otherwise we're going to kill each other.
Is that the end of your turn, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm guessing I'm one-handed now.
Your right hand is just severely damaged now.
Okay.
Okay, at the end of the round, Sergey is actually going to run over and grab your mace, and he's going to run back over and hand it to you.
Thank you, Sergey.
Back to the top of the round with Zane. What do you do?
I want to try to get out of his grip still.
All right, roll athletics or acrobatics.
Can I stab him?
Nope, you can only try to break out.
$24.
I got a 21. You manage to escape and shove him off of you. What do you do?
Can I stab him now?
Roll attack.
Sure. 18.
Hits, roll damage. Don't you have multi-attack? So go ahead and you hit with the first attack. Go ahead and roll with the second attack. All right, second attack.
18.
That hits as well. Roll damage. As you're rolling damage, it is actually the werewolf's turn. He snarls at you.
I got a 17 again.
He
Huh?
17.
You have 3 attacks? Nice. You need to tell me this, okay? I thought you only had 2. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize he had 3 attacks, so go ahead and roll the third attack.
7 damage.
Okay, third attack.
You got dex to that or no?
Always.
That's dex.
Well, it's still your turn.
My dex would be 11. 11 damage.
Ouch. He is now bloodied.
Now it's his turn.
Is that end your turn?
Yes.
It is now the werewolf's turn. The werewolf is going to roar out again and jump onto the wall for leverage and launch himself at you, and he's trying to tackle you into this side of the wall over here. I need you to make a dexterity save for me against his, athletics or acrobatics versus his athletics.
Which one of us?
Zane, look at the minis.
Okay.
I got a 25.
25 again. 25.
Meets it, beats it. So he slams you into the castle wall. Oh, you're gonna go ahead and take 5 damage. Then with both of his claws, he snarls at you. Slash with his claws.
As he does that, I'd like to take a legendary action
You can only do those at the end of the turn.
of his turn.
Yes.
Okay, just for clarification.
Miss with a 12. Miss with an 11. You manage to duck, and then he snarls at you again, spit sprays in your face, and he just tries to bite down on you. Misses with a 12. You dodge it again. He is getting frustrated, and he just like pushes you against the wall again, and he has you pinned against the wall. It is now Dracus's turn. At the end of his turn, do you want to trigger a legendary action?
I do, and I want to do command ally, and I'm gonna have my one ally that he can hear me because he's within 30 feet. He can make one weapon attack as a reaction and gains advantage on the attack roll.
Nice. Who do you do that to? Who do you command?
He's the one being attacked by the beast right now.
I can't hear you, Jake.
Yes, I give this to Zane because he's being attacked by the beast right now, and he's within a few feet of me. So I figured this would be an opportunity to raise his morale to attack. He rolled a 17 and a 13. Add your stats to that, kiddo.
So
Dex.
17 plus dex.
You actually both hit naturally.
Roll your damage.
So
Add your dex.
And I'm actually just gonna say that that's gonna kill him. So how does he die?
he's pinning me to the wall. I draw my short sword, and I just slit his throat. And blood just sprays all over me, and he falls to the ground.
The wolf's body slowly shrinks down to that of the boy, and he looks at you, and his eyes roll into the back of his head, and he slowly just fades before you.
So he disappears.
He was a ghost.
Rest in peace, boy. I'm sorry this has to be your hell, and sorry this is how it had to be, for we are damned here as well. As I coldly start moving forward into to go back to the way. Zane, we need you to figure out that sword, boy. Before this night ends, our wounds gained will only hurt us further. Bright sword, take
Yes.
care of that wrist of yours. Do what you can to mend it, because our battle's just begun, and the clock is ticking. The sands of time are against us, and this hell, the she-devil will take us if we do not be prepared, as I head towards the stairs, using my night vision to check cautiously ahead.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Nice. Go ahead and roll how much you heal.
That would be a D4, right?
Just go ahead and take a D10. plus your wisdom.
Plus my wisdom, so that would be 3. Yeah, that would be a +3, so 11. Okay,
Nice, you gain 11 HP back. So, do you
nice.
guys go up or down?
Um,
Have to
I
head down. That's where the tombs should be, I would suspect.
yeah.
Sorry, guys. I promise I will be way more prepared when we go through the castle in my campaign. This is just a kind of a one shot, kind of last minute kind of
Yeah.
thing. But anyway, you guys find yourself crawling down the stairs, and Zane, your shoulder is throbbing right now as you instinctually like kind of reach up, and you just get this instant pain across your entire body as you like shiver in fear. Down here in the basement, it gets cold, very, very cold. And before you, you guys can see what is can only be described as just like large crypts, coffins, if you will. Not coffins, but crypts. They're giant stone squares. Mist fills everywhere as you descend the stairs. What do you guys do?
Okay, so there's something in here that we have to find, as well as something that we need to find by the tower.
We have to remember what the card says. The shepherd card led to the unsword, which I believe Dearest Zane now wields. We need you to figure out that weapon, young thief. As you nurse, maybe perhaps do something about that shoulder of his, Sir Brightsword. The wound looks pretty severe, and he looks like he's fading. And then we
I
need a staff. Is a key to the tomb in the crypt of Gralamore, Nimbleblen, and your card, again in this tomb, leads to the holy symbol that we see.
We come
So,
here,
alrighty.
please.
so we need
Um,
to find the tombs. Look for the names: Gralamore, Nimbleblend, and King Barova and his queen. Those are the ones we need to find to help lead us to the
Guys,
staff.
will you come here, please? Will you come here, please?
I am gonna cast Cure Wounds again to try to heal up our young friend's shoulder. Um, but of course, I'm waiting until James gets back so that I can tell him.
Yeah. So as you
Oh,
go to cure him, go ahead and
yeah,
roll HP.
7.
So you gain 10 HP, okay?
Can you drive it yourself?
No, Trev should be.
I got a 7, James.
All right, so he gains 7 HP. Well, 10 because you get a +3. Buried
Okay.
deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lie ancient catacombs with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air, and a thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. High above you, the black ceiling is moving as there are thousands of bats.
I hate bats.
Clearly, as I said before, we're not alone. The floor is probably covered in guano and scat of all the breeds of these winged beasts of the night. But the real question is how many of these are just bats and how many are just the
Vampire.
countess's servants in disguise. So everybody keep on guard. Remember, look for the tombs of Gralamore, Nimbleblen, and King Barov, and keep searching. We need to be quick and find.
So at this point, I would like to just have you guys all roll perception checks for me, please.
Mine sucked. I ended up rolling like a 7. It's 5.
Hey, Andrew, it seems like you are the only one kind of paying attention, as
Mhm.
everyone else is just overwhelmed with this giant room and the fact that their boots are squishing into literal white bat poop.
Mine wasn't much better than Jake's. I got a 5.
Right sword got the best.
Andrew, as you kind of look in, you can see that straight across from you is a very fancy looking crypt way across on the other side. It's probably 80 feet away from you. And
Okay.
high above, you can actually see that it displays the names King Berov and Queen Ravenovia. Also, to your right, sort of about here, you're kind of noticing that it actually says um, the crypt for that wizard that I can't remember his fucking name.
I kind of like turn to the others and I say, "Okay, here's the thing. Over yonder in this direction, it seems like that wizard's tomb is here, and right across from where I'm at, there's the crypt for the king and queen.
I will investigate the tomb of the wizard. It
I will
appears
go. I will go to the crypt of the king and queen, but I'm
As
taking Sergey with me.
That's fine. Um, we will go ahead and do Dracus. You see Zane, you see Dracus and Andrew kind of split apart. Who do you follow?
I followed Dracus.
come, boy. It appears what we need is close, but stay cautious because who knows what other fresh hell may be unleashed upon us here in the darkest, lowest depths of this living tomb of a kingdom.
As you guys approach Andrew and Sergey, wide
Hmm.
steps descend to a landing flanked by two alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up the full 30-foot height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the two alcoves. Dimly visible on the other side of the curtain are more descending stairs. It's as if there's a wall of energy blocking your path. What do you do?
Can I try to like you? Can I try to like see if like the magic is something that is like something that I can like dispel or
Yeah, go ahead and roll Arcana.
This is for the king and queen.
alrighty?
Correct.
All right, we are going to go back to Dracus and Zane. Lying on a marble slab. Sorry, this is a you guys go up to this um crypt, and chiseled above the door is the name Gralmore Nimblenob. Wizard Ordinaire. You can clearly see inside. Lying on a marble slab in the center of this crypt is a corpse of a man with a long white beard. His skin clings tightly to his skull and bones, and he wears dusty red robes clutched to his chest. Clutched to his chest is a wooden staff that has a brass knob on one end and a marble knob on the other. What do you do?
The staff is the key to the tomb. We're at the tomb. I cautiously walk towards it and say
I
with,
think this is for Brightsword.
we'll see, and I say, forgive what we must do, dear wizard, but we need your staff to continue our journey. So, with respect, I get ready to take the staff from the wizard's grasp.
As soon as you reach in, your hand gets bit by a giant spider. I need you to make a dexterity save. And we are going to go ahead and roll initiative, please.
That's 21.
Also, I did the Arcana roll.
I will be right with you, Joshy boy.
That's 21 unnatural.
Alrighty.
21 unnatural.
Okay, you managed to dodge the bites, but there are 2 more spiders that crawl out and surround you. I need you two to roll initiative, please. Andrew, back at you.
Yep.
You focus, and a small memory comes flooding back to you. You've been here before in a past life.
9.
You were actually the son of King Barov and Queen Ravenovia. You know from a past life.
We both rolled 9.
Jake,
That all you need to do is whisper a single word, and the word comes over your lips.
Rolled an 8, because apparently the d20 rolled twice when I clicked it once.
Can you guys give me a second while I'm trying to roleplay with Josh, please? I'll come back to you, I promise. The word that comes across your lips is Von Zarovich. As you speak across the words, you hear the sound, the horrible shrieking sound of Zane and Dracus being attacked by who knows what. What do you do?
I look over to Sergey and I'm like, Sergey, do you think you could run over and try to help out our friends?
He does this, and he will run off. Okay.
Alrighty.
Back at the fight. I rolled a 21 with my first spider, so the first spider is going to go ahead and attack you, Dracus. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, it is going to be your turn, Dracus. How do you respond?
Gonna try and cut the spider in half with my first attack.
Roll it.
I'll just roll all 3 just to save. Actually, how many spiders are there?
There are 3.
Are they all within my range?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and attack for every single one of them.
Roll it.
That would be 22. Sorry, 20. I can't fucking count. 23 unnatural, 11, and 14.
You very easily butcher the one in front of you. You take a swing at the one that is dancing with Zane and manage to miss. And the one behind Zane, there's one that is about to launch on him, and you very quickly slash it down with your sword, splitting it in twine. Zane, it is your turn.
I want to stab at the spider that's right here with me. At me.
This spider rears back on both of its legs and spits acid at you simultaneously. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics against its acrobatics to see who reacts first.
I fucked up, by the way, game. I started it 10 times instead of 4. My bad.
10.
You see this thing rear back and its fangs expose as you plunge your sword. And I'm guessing this is the sunblade? Or no? Nope, you didn't say. So this is just your regular bolt sword. So you go ahead and stab it into the creature's face and killing it. Back to Andrew.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Time is up, Andrew. Where are your friends? Did you lose them along the way?
No, they're still alive.
Not for long, it seems. And she waves her hand, and the blue energy behind you reappears. I told you to collect the items, and here you are, itemless. That's disappointing.
Oh, we did get some of the items.
She looks you up and down. I see nothing.
My companions have the items.
Oh, how convenient. And she looks side to side. And you're all alone. Roll initiative.
Alrighty. 16.
Plus your initiative, which is your dex.
Plus my initiative, which is Dex. Yeah, it's just a 16. Damn, you're fast.
Okay, she gets to react first. First thing she
Alrighty.
does is run up, and she gets within right up in your grill, and she sniffs an ecstasy as she shivers. How do you react to this?
I am like, lady, can you stop sniffing me?
Oh, you're going to taste so great. As she exposes her fangs and bites you.
I'm guessing Constitution save.
I think he's got to roll it first.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Ooh, this is gonna hurt. You're gonna go ahead and take 14 damage as you feel her fangs sink into you, into your neck. And she takes a drink, and your maximum HP gets reduced by 14 HP.
Alright. That does it. I'm pissed off right now.
He smiles, pulls away from you, and slashes across your face, just with almost like a bitch slap.
I'm sorry. I was not expecting that.
Does a 15 hit?
Let me see. No, it does not hit.
You actually see this coming and dodge it. It is your turn.
Alright. So here's what I was going to do, when we was fighting the werewolf. I'm going to attack with my maul.
Roll it.
Okay, so it is a D20 to hit. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Son of a biscuit!
Second
Does a
attack.
19 hit?
You hit with a 19.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Roll it.
Okay, so a 1d6 plus 3. Plus, I need to add in the radiant damage. Okay, so 3d6. Okay, so this is for the radiant damage. And then with the holy fire being a thing that happens when I multi-attack, the target must make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw. Or take 2d8 plus 3 radiant damage.
13, she fails.
So, let me just get 2d8 plus 3. Ooh!
Nice.
Yikes. I'm just like, stay away, you crazy bitch.
Back to Drakus and Zane, along with Sergei. You guys just finished killing the spiders. Oh, that was a close one. Andrew sent me over here to help you guys out. We heard you guys being attacked. We did find the crypt on the other side, but it was blocked by energy. I don't know what happened after that.
You left him alone?
He told me to come find. Did you find the wizard staff?
I immediately grab it. We can't leave him alone in a place like this. Have you learned nothing?
He told me to help you. That's what I'm doing.
And that may very well be the death of him. We must go. I grab the staff and begin heading back with great haste.
As you guys run back over, you guys are stopped by a blue light. Clearly, on the other side is Andrew and the Lord of Barovia tangoing, fighting back and forth.
Physically, we can't get through the barrier, correct?
You cannot.
I remember the card from earlier. The staff is the key in the tomb of crypt of Gralamore Nimbleblend. And then I thought to myself that I used the staff, and I, with all my strength of will and might,
We have
I cracked it
15 minutes.
against it to open it up, to try and break the magic with the wizard staff.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 and add your wisdom to it.
That would be a 19.
The barrier shatters before you. It is now going to be the top of the round. She gets a legendary action.
Oh
She
no.
is going to see this and smile over your shoulder. She grabs onto you, Andrew, and tosses you to the side. Go ahead and make a strength save for me, please.
A strength saving throw? Okay. Here goes nothing. Oh shit, I need to put the right thing in. 14.
She beats you with a 15. You go flying into the wall, and you are going to go ahead and take 10 damage from that.
Okay, that's fine.
With her legendary action, she is going to move up as close as she can to you guys, and she just smiles to you. It is now her turn. She is going to make 2 attacks. The first attack is going to be a slash. Get out of here! And she slashes at you. Drakus? For an unnatural 20.
That hits.
This is gonna hurt. Okay, you're going to go ahead and take 8 damage. 8 bludgeoning damage, plus you take another 14 necrotic damage, so you take 22 damage.
Jesus!
She clamps down. Her claws grab into your chest, and her claws grasp down onto your ribs. I need you to make a strength, athletics or acrobatics check, or else you are grappled.
That would be 23.
You are not grappled.
I
Her
easily
second-
break. Go ahead.
You easily break it. Her second attack is she's going to go ahead and swipe at Zane.
She's attacking me. Okay. What'd she roll?
A 26.
Ouch.
Yeah, she hits. What's the damage?
You as well are going to go ahead and take 8 bludgeoning damage and 14 necrotic damage, so you take 22 damage.
Jeebus Cross.
That is her turn. It is now you, Andrew. What do you do? You just got flung into the wall.
Am I like knocked out or am I just like knocked prone?
No, you're not knocked prone either. You just got flung against the wall. You're now on your feet.
Okay. I'm going to move up to this crypt right here to get the item that's in there.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. So
Sergey, check the other crypt. Help him find what we need. We'll distract her and hold her off as long as we can.
mine is at 1. It should have been a 14.
With 14, you can easily open up the crypt, and this one's empty.
Okay.
Sergey runs over here. He gets about this far on his turn on as that reaction.
Okay.
That is
And that is-
unfortunately the end of your turn.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, she's going to use a legendary action, and she is going to move 30 feet.
Sergey, no!
Not so fast. And she immediately reaches out and grabs onto Sergey. And that's what she does with her legendary action. It is now Dracus, it is your turn.
I head over to engage with the Countess to try and attempt to break the hold she has on Sergey. And if anything, try and grapple with her to try and break her hold on him.
D20?
Okay, you make it about there. So you're going to try to break the grapple?
If I'm in contact with them, yes.
I can't hear you.
He said
If I'm in contact, yes.
You are in contact. Go ahead and make a strength athletics versus her strength athletics. Good luck.
That's 22.
'21. You break her grip.
Can I still attack?
That
I
was
see.
your action.
So I don't have my extra attack because I used that action, just for clarity.
Correct.
All right, so am I grappled with her now, or did I just break them free?
You just broke them apart. It is now Zane's turn.
Sergey, go!
He tries and takes a couple steps back and gets around you on this side. Zane, it's your turn. What do you do?
I want to pull out my sun sword and I want to attack this witch demon thing.
As you pull out your sun's sword, it blazons to light, and you run up and roll attack.
Ooh! Nat 20!
That would be a 24. Got not 22.
Dang. So go ahead and roll 4d10 times 2, because you deal double damage with that blade.
Oh, because Jake is helping?
No, because that's what the sun sword does.
Oh, okay.
OP.
OP as fuck!
Why didn't you just roll 4d10? What?
You told me to roll 4.
Yeah, why did you do it like that? You just roll them one at a time. You can do them all at the same time.
1, 2, 3.
One more.
So we have 22.
So 44 damage.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
you actually notice that she does not take any damage from this blade. But instead, you feel the entire castle itself shake underfoot. That is your turn. The top of the round, she regains all of her legendary actions, and it is going to be her turn. She is going to run up and try to stop you here. She triggers an attack of opportunity from both of you, actually, so she's not going to do that. She's just going to stay where she stands. She's going to run up to you, Trev, to Zane, and she's going to try to bite you. $25. You're going to go ahead and take 7 piercing damage plus 10 necrotic damage. So 17 damage, and your max HP is reduced by 10. Second attack, she's going to go ahead and swipe at you, Dracus. For a 21.
Oh, God.
Hits.
You take 8
Jake.
bludgeoning damage and 14 necrotic damage, and I need you to make a strength, acrobatics or athletics check, please.
14 and 8.
Jeebus Christ.
Yep, 22
This
total.
is not good.
Okay, and I made a strength check too.
Yep.
Strength check coming up. That's 11.
You are now grappled. That is the end of her turn.
I'm using a legendary action
Nice.
to try and do a weapon attack while she has me in her grip.
Okay, I will allow this, but you have to beat her in an athletics check.
Okay, so we roll athletics first and then try to do the attack roll?
I got a 24. You're trying to overpower her right now.
Again, 11. Fucking shit. Can't quite get...
You are going nowhere, Dracus. You are mine.
I'm right where I need to be, witch. I'm
It's your
right
turn,
where I need to
Dracus.
be.
It is your turn, Dracus.
I attack if I break the ground.
Can't hear you.
Do I have to attack or break the grapple first? Or can I attack with me in her grasp?
You cannot attack? Actually, I think you can attack. I don't know. We're going to say you can't.
I thought it was you can attack, but like it would be with disadvantage.
Yeah, and you can't move. So if you want to attack, go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
Or roll to break the grapple.
Or roll to break the grapple.
Okay, I'll just attack with this.
Can't hear you.
Attack with disadvantage.
All right, go for it.
So that's 25 or 20 right there with the attack. First attack. First attack.
So the unnatural 20 does hit. Second attack. You might get her right here, dude.
Okay, that's okay. Now I have to roll. I believe it's. God damn it! Sorry, I have to keep going back to my stat. My phone keeps shutting off. I'm gonna roll. That's 46 for both attacks.
Okay. It is
That's
now
26.
Going to be, nice. Go ahead. You have one more attack, don't you?
Oh shit.
No, that's all my attack. I only have 2 attacks.
Okay, it is now. She's going to take a legendary action, and she's going to try to toss you into Andrew.
Can I try and make a strength save to hold on, or is this a no?
This is another contested athletics.
So I can roll?
Ooh, 15.
$20.
All right, you do not get thrown. It is now Zane's turn.
So I noticed she doesn't take damage from my sun's sword, so I wanna can I go run to the other coffin?
You sure can.
Alright, I wanna run to the other coffin and try to open it.
As soon as you do that, she triggers an attack of opportunity and she swings at you.
Wouldn't she release Dracus because he's grappled?
Nope. She has 2 hands. She hits you with a 30.
Oof.
You are going to go ahead and take 8 bludgeoning damage and 14 necrotic damage. And I need a strength save, please.
Yikes.
Natural
Ooh.
1. You see her grab onto you, and because of your natural 1, you try escaping, and she grabs onto your arm and she pulls you back. You're going nowhere. And she gets a free bite attack onto you. You're
Oh
gonna go
boy.
you're gonna go ahead and take 7 piercing damage plus 10 necrotic damage. And now your maximum HP is reduced by 10.
And this is for Zane?
This is Zane.
Yeah, what
I'm
was
dead.
I think that dropped him,
I have
buddy.
0 HP.
I think that dropped him.
Because of your bite from a vampiress, you are now reduced to ash. You see Zane. Sorry, you're not reduced to ash. You actually get turned into a vampire, but we're not going to worry about that. You drop onto the ground. Zane is now unconscious. At the end of Zane's turn,
He also took failed.
go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say he also, I think, failed the con save of the werewolf bite too, if that means anything right now.
So at the end of his turn, she is actually going to just try to grab onto. She's still holding onto his arm, and Zane just drops to his knees, and she actually picks Zane up and tries beating you with him, Dracus.
Jesus.
I need a dex save at disadvantage. I said get out of here!
That would be.
Oof.
Give me a second. That would be
12 with disadvantage, 22 with the normal. 12 with disadvantage.
Alright, you take 17 damage, bludgeoning, from Zane's dead body. It is now the top of the round, and it is her turn. She is going to Misty Step on top of Andrew.
Does
Oh,
she
God.
release me from her grip then?
She does. And she appears on your shoulder, Andrew, with both her legs wrapped around your head, and she squeezes as tight as she can. I need you to make a dexterity or acrobatics to see if you can break out of this.
Okay. I'm just know that it's not my best.
That's
12.
the idea.
Oh God.
Add your dex, bud.
That's literally my dex. Like I have
22.
0. Oh God.
She grabs onto you and is now grappled with you. Her first attack, she's going to casually grab the back of your jaw with her claws and slash across. She has advantage on this attack.
Of course.
She hits on the first roll. With the second claw, she is going to grab on with her other hand on the other side of your jaw, dig her nails in. She has advantage.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
Advantage? 28.
Yeah, that hits. That hits.
She has both of the side of your jaw on locked on. You are going to go ahead and take 16 bludgeoning damage and 28 necrotic damage for both slashes.
So she just basically gives me a Glasgow smile.
Yes, pretty much.
God, why?
How are you doing? Are you still alive?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is the end of her turn. And at the end
And
of her
I use a
turn,
legendary action. I'd like to use my legendary action.
okay, go ahead and roll against me, just a regular d20, see if you can react before her, because she's going to do one as well.
15.
She goes first. With that, she exposes the neck of Andrew and clamps down, ripping out his throat. She gets advantage on this attack.
I'm dead then if she rips out my throat.
Well, she's trying to. First roll.
Okay.
22.
Oh god.
That hits. So you're going to go ahead and take 7 piercing damage and 10 necrotic damage. Your maximum HP is reduced by 10. Are you still alive?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Your legendary action now reacts.
Did he fall? Or is he still
alive.
alive? I activate Command Ally to see if he can't make one attack as a weapon and gain advantage on the attack roll against her as she's trying to rip his head off, practically. So he gets an advantage and 1 free attack on her right now.
So because he's already at disadvantage, it's just a regular attack roll.
Exactly.
Roll it.
All right. Oh, come on!
As you're struggling to move, her claws dig in deeper. You're going to go ahead and take 8 bludgeoning damage and 14 necrotic damage. It is now your turn, Andrew.
Okay. I'm not liking this at all. I just like turn to Sergey with like my eyes and I'm like, Sergey, you know what to do. Get over to the damn coffin. And I'm gonna try to grapple out of this damn bitch's hands.
Good luck.
She's strong.
31.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting out of that.
Her claws
Still
dig in
impressive.
deeper. Her claws dig in deeper. You're going to go ahead and take 8 bludgeoning damage plus 14 necrotic damage.
Does Sergey make his way to the tomb?
Not yet.
I believe I'm starting to look worse for wear at this point.
That is the end of your turn. It is now Dracus' turn.
I use half my movement to get to the tomb. I open the tomb.
Okay, inside you find a small golden, what looks like to be like a symbol of like a sunburst. It's like a sun. It's very, very sharp, and it's golden.
Like a shard?
No, it's like a metal sun, and it has it's points on the edge. It's like a ninja star kind of, but kind of.
This must be the holy symbol. I take it, and then using the rest of my moment, I go back to Zane's corpse, or what was left of him, and with solemn and melancholy, I was like, "You will be honored, young boy. Know this." And I take his sun sword with the holy symbol in hand as well.
Keep going. Keep going.
And with that, I try to infuse both weapons into one, and I try and point it directly at the Countess herself.
And what do? Her back is facing you currently, and she is on top of Andrew's head, and she's just tearing him apart, dude.
Can I try and go after her, attack her, shoot something at her?
Yep, do whatever what are you going to do?
I try and channel the holy might through the blade and the new sundial, and I try and shoot pure radiant light at the witch.
As you do this, a Kamehameha of light energy bursts out of you. I need you to make a wisdom save. As she realizes her eyes go wide, she leaps off of Andrew, pushing him onto the ground, and with both hands, she catches the light. You guys are now in a contested will. Roll it!
12.
That's wisdom, right? 13.
Yes.
For me.
16. The beam is slowly pushing back. It's now about halfway. Roll it again. You're struggling against her.
Can I give her my inspiration? Inspiration!
What'd you roll, Jake? Roll again.
Oh, yeah. Trev would like to give his inspiration to Jake.
Inspiration. You look over and you actually see Zane's eyes peek open as you get a little bit of burst of energy. Roll it again. Trying to beat a 23. Unfortunately, the beam gets a little bit closer. You have one more shot.
Roll it.
Roll it. 22. Beam blasts back, and the stone blade in your hand burns your hand. You have no choice but to drop it as it singes your hand. You have to drop the blade. She turns towards you all
Ah!
and laughs, dragging Andrew behind. You all stand no chance. I'm sick of this. As she turns and she's going to cast animate objects, and the both of the tombs at either side of her begin to levitate, and she just launches them both at you, Dracus.
Do I need to dodge?
First one hits you with a 21. Second one hits you with a 20.
Yeah, they both hit. What do I have to do? What's the damage?
I'm not liking this
You take
result at all.
47 damage as two tombs just
Jesus.
slam into you hard.
That's it?
Are you done?
With my turn or with
47
Yeah,
damage.
good. So when it does that, am I knocked prone or did it just get hit?
You just got hit, and as the distraction with that, Andrew, she grabs onto Andrew's hair and drags you and runs this way, and a portal appears as her and Andrew hop into the portal.
Before, have they disappeared yet?
You get one chance to react.
I try and take the sword, despite it burning my hand before, and I try with one more time hit her in the back before she disappears with the same power.
Okay, roll a ranged attack. You have disadvantage.
So, what am I rolling with? Damage, attack, strength, wisdom?
It's an attack roll, and unfortunately you miss. Blade clinks onto the ground as she turns towards you and smiles and vanishes behind the portal. And that is the end of our session.
I pick up the blade and look solemnly down. And before it ends, do I have, with my other blade that I used to attack her force, not the sun one, do I see her blood on the blade?
There is no blood on the blade.
Typical. And then I look at Sergey and be like, this isn't over.
It is not over. It's a constant cycle. Whoop, that's it. It's 9 o'clock. We kind of ran a little bit over. I wanted to end at like 8:50, but it was kind of hard. I was trying to kill you guys. You guys wouldn't fucking die. So yeah, well, good game, guys. I got to clean up and kind of got to get going. So I'll talk to you guys later.